Hey everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. And today we are talking VHS tapes. So these are just random tapes that I've either found while I was out and about at brick and mortar stores, excluding thrift stores of course, those are always in a separate video, and some eBay pickups. There are 15 tapes in total, and let me just throw it out there. Yes, I have broken my rule on VHS tapes for some of these, but that's just the way it's going to be. So let's not waste any more time at all. Let's dive right into another VHS haul. So let me start off with the one item I picked up the longest time ago, and if you follow the channel for any length of time, you might remember over the summer I did a Summer of Bond where I was trying to watch through a bunch of James Bond movies. I ended up watching through and vlogging through the first 3 films and really enjoyed it, but one of the movies on the docket for the summer was this one right here, Casino Royale, the original Casino Royale with Peter Sellers, right? Yeah, as James Bond in this one. And so I bought this one because I found it for super cheap on VHS, and I picked it up off of eBay. I never ended up getting around to it, and then I ended up finding the Blu-ray, and I picked up the Blu-ray, so that's probably how I'll watch it for the first time. But still, this is a really cool VHS tape. So this is one of those side loaders that open from the side, which is just awesome. I maybe have 1 or 2 more of these in my collection, but there's the actual tape itself, which was in great shape. So the whole thing is in remarkably good shape for what it is. So I thought this was a really cool find, and like I said, definitely the one I picked up. I'll just leave this to the side for now. Definitely the one I picked up the longest time ago, back in the summer of 2024. But yeah, happy to have it in the collection, and one day I will get around to this one. This is Peter Sellers in Casino Royale. So this next stack I'm going to share with you guys are actually all from Disc Replay. Apparently they've decided to get into the VHS game, which frankly, about time. Like, I feel like they waited way too long to get in on this, and they've kind of missed a little of the wave of VHS here, but at least my local one now has decided to start buying and therefore selling some VHS tapes. And so I have a stack of 3 here from Disc Replay, and they are all part of the same series, as you will see as we go through these. So we will start off with this one here, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. So I already have the original. I found the original at a local thrift store, so that one is already in the collection. And I don't know if you can tell just by looking at it here, excellent condition. These are in such great shape. So I had grabbed Home Alone 2, and then the last one I saw in theaters, Home Alone 3. I really enjoy this movie. I think this one is a bit underrated in the franchise. Not better than the first 2 by any stretch of the imagination, but a really good continuation of this similar story. So really enjoyed this one, and happy to have it on VHS. Like I said, I saw this one in theaters with my mom, my dad, and my sister back when it was brand new. And I don't know if we owned, I feel like we probably owned it on VHS also back in the day, but the last one here, you can't have 1, 2, and 3 without the redheaded stepchild of the sequels, Taking Back the House. So this is the 4th movie in the Home Alone franchise, and I didn't own 3 or 4 in any format in my collection, so I am very happy to have both of these on VHS. This one, I am certain I've seen it, but I don't remember it nearly as well as the first 3, so I cannot wait to check this one out again. And as I'm looking at the back, it is coming back to me a little bit more and more. It's a very similar story. This is not the one with the RC car. That's number 3. There's an RC car involved. But yeah, I know I've seen this one. It's just I don't remember too much about it. So yeah, happy to have this in the collection. And like I said, these are the only way I now own Home Alone 3 and 4, so this is really cool finds and great shape on all of these. That's one thing. I feel like they're being very particular about the condition of the VHS tapes that they buy, and so therefore we get good ones when I'm buying them from the store. So yeah, happy to have the Home Alone collection now in my collection. There's 3 and 4 and 2, and like I said, 1 I picked up at the thrift store previously. So these are obviously more than what I would have spent at the thrift store. They're about $5 a pop, but not bad. It's, you know, I probably would have paid more after shipping on eBay, and these are in mint shape. So really happy with these pickups. We have the Home Alone collection. Let's move over to another trilogy of films here, at least in terms of the VHS tapes. I finally picked this up. I've had it in my eBay cart for a while, or my watch list for a while, but this is The Adventures of Indiana Jones, and this is the widescreen edition with these really nice red covers here, and you can see there's Indiana Jones on the side and the other half of it. So yeah, really cool looking collection. Let's go through these real quick just so you can see the covers. There is Temple of Doom, and then we have Raiders of the Lost Ark, and then of course, as I have it, there you go, in such a weird way. That was so weird. Anyway, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. So yeah, very cool. And what's really awesome about these is you can see on the side, they list the chapters. So you have chapter 23, 25, and 24. And of course, this is all part of the overarching Indiana Jones story. And I think there is a set that actually came with a fourth one as well. I want to say it was like one of the young Indiana Jones movies, but yeah, I just thought this was really cool. One that I've been wanting to add on VHS to the collection for a while now, and I decided to go with the widescreen version of them. So very happy to add these to the collection. This is the Indiana Jones, the original trilogy on VHS. Since I am on a series kick, let's wrap up the last series I picked up. Another eBay purchase, my last of the eBay purchases in this video, but this was just a nostalgia bomb for me. So I decided to pick this up when I saw them on eBay. We have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie. And this was the way that I watched this movie more times than I can count when I was a kid. And I absolutely love that I have this on VHS in the collection once again. But not just the original. You can't have one without the sequel, The Secret of the Ooze. Another one that I watched just countless times on VHS. But arguably the least liked of the trilogy, but one that I saw in theaters with my dad, and I loved it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. This is one that I have not seen, I don't think, since it was on VHS, and I really want to revisit these. But yeah, like, I love these movies. They are in great shape. This one does have a little bit of like something going on with the front there, a little bit of scratching, but not too bad. But otherwise, they're in really great shape, and this is how I owned this trilogy when I was a kid, and I just wanted to have it back in the collection on tape because I thought that was just really cool to have. And what's awesome about this is this lot, I should say, didn't just come with these three. It also came with this one here, the making of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles behind the shells. There it is. So yeah, this is just a making of, how long is this one? About a half an hour, so not terribly long. But I thought this was a really cool addition with the trilogy, and very happy to have it in the collection now. So yeah, I have to watch this. I don't think I ever saw this when I was a kid, so this will be brand new to me, which is really cool. Frankly, this documentary is probably on the Blu-ray set behind me, but still happy to have this one in the collection on VHS. Just a cool, nostalgic ad. So that is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trilogy, along with the making of the Behind the Shells documentary. So these last four I picked up from my local flea market, I guess you would call it, and they were all marked at different prices, which I think you'll see as we go through these, but I ended up getting them all for $5 each, which was a really good deal. So this first one here just looks super intriguing, and I have to check this out. This is called Mystery Monsters, and what's cool about it is a Blockbuster logo on the side there. So I don't know if this was like a Blockbuster exclusive. Frankly, I know nothing about this, but I mean, take a look at the back there. For the low price, this is super unique. I definitely wanted to add this to the collection. If you guys are familiar with this, let me know down below. I think it's a movie. It's only 53 minutes long, so I don't think it's like a big advertisement for something. I think it's actually a movie from 1996, it says. So I'm intrigued. I have no idea what it's about, but I cannot wait to see what this one is. I picked this one up not too long ago. Actually, all four of these I grabbed not that long ago, so excited to get around to these. I actually, because of these four pickups, I reset up where I am able to watch my VHS tapes. So I'm excited to do that now that that's finally set back up again. So anyway, I'm rambling. This is Mystery Monsters, something to do with Blockbuster Video. This was just a fun one, very much a thriller from the era. This is called The Stepdaughter. and I totally recognize our main actress there, but I don't know from what. It's Andrea Roth, I believe, is what her name is, but I don't know why I know her. So if you guys know what else she's from, let me know. But yeah, also has a Blockbuster logo on it, but this is actually just an old rental sticker on the back there that they used to put on these when they would sell them. So yeah, this looks fun. I guess it's just a thriller from this era. When she joins the family, it's time to notify your next of kin. So I'm sure she's gonna, take out the family that adopts her, but looks like a lot of fun. It's just very much from its era. It felt right to grab. This here is The Stepdaughter. I think these last two are the coolest finds just in terms of what the actual movie is. This one here stars Roddy McDowall and Stella Stevens. We have Star Hunter. So admittedly, I do wish that this sticker was not half torn off there because that looks really bad, but still, this is really cool. It's from New Horizons Home Video, and it is a sci-fi horror movie. I feel like it does have a Blu-ray release of it, if I'm not mistaken, because it looks very familiar, but I don't own it, I don't believe, so I wanted to check this one. I thought it looked really fun. From a remote prison colony in space, a pair of ruthless star hunters have escaped intergalactic predators. Like, that sounds awesome. I'm very excited about this one. This is just such a cool find on VHS. So, Roddy McDowall in Star Hunter. And last but not least is one that I have seen before, and I do own it on Blu-ray. I think I own the out-of-print Scream Factory Collector's Edition, if I'm not mistaken. But for the low price, I had to grab Nightbreed. This is a Clive Barker film. And while it's not my favorite of Clive Barker's movies, I think it is pretty darn good for what it is. And it's just a really cool VHS find. So you can see it was marked for $10, but I ended up getting it for $5. He gave me all four for $20. So I guess that's $5 each. Excuse my terrible math there, but yeah, good prices on these. So yeah, happy to have this in the collection, and I will definitely revisit this one on VHS. It's just cool to have. So Nightbreed from Clive Barker on VHS is going to wrap up today's haul. All right, I will leave the stack next to me because I'm afraid I'm going to drop it. So we'll just leave it there. But thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I really appreciate you making it all the way to the end here. And I'd love to hear from you down in the comments below. Have you seen any of these? And if so, what do you recommend? Some of those weird kind of random things. I'm very curious about mystery monsters. Is that anything that you're aware of? Let me know if you are down in the comments below. But let me know your thoughts on that and anything else down there. I just appreciate all that support. So thank you guys so much for that. But that is going to do it for today, guys. So before I let you go, I'll just encourage you all to consume some media today. Thanks again for watching, and I will catch you all next time.